It was Robbie Burns, the famous Scots poet, who said that a rose by any other name smells as sweet. In fact, going to check that, Ryan? Check if it's Robbie Burns. It was William Shakespeare, the great bard's tale, that said a rose by any other name smells as sweet. But what about if that's a glass rose, folks? Eh? What about that, William Shakespeare? Landy now! Oh, it's like Rocky. If there's one thing I can't stand, it's spoilers. You know, like when somebody told you that Cloud had sex with Sephiroth at the end of Final Fantasy VII, or when you read in the paper that the lassie from Metroid had a cock. You read a magazine and you see a screenshot of a plot spoiling moment. It's a nightmare. It's even more dangerous when you're dealing with footage on a TV show, particularly if the game in question is all about plot, and much of the fun is derived from familiarising yourself with the game's design. Glass Rose from Capcom leaves me in a difficult situation. If I show you or tell you too much about this game, I invariably detract for the pleasure I had in discovering exactly what this game is all about. Do I tip the wink as to what the gameplay consists of, or considering that there's not much weight to the gameplay, would that spoil the experience too much? Well, we play safe, we show you the basics, and I try to argue the case for a game that is probably doomed to being very misunderstood.
Maybe somebody else is going to die.
Oh, sexy legs, it's a transvestite.
Why does this keep happening?
You know who I am.
Glass Rose has you playing the role of Takashi Kagetani, a news reporter who looks a bit like an extra for a Justin Timberlake video. And you want to know why, folks? Because he's modelled in Masahiro Matsuoka, yet another J-pop poof. So does this mean that the game is doomed to being a J-pop shitter? For know thee the rule of gaming, if it is J-pop it is shite. Unless it's Bajingai, of course. Now, Glass Rose is not the most interactive game you'll ever play, even when compared to other point-and-click adventure games. Horrifyingly, much of the time you'll be clicking your way around rooms trying to find the object that you need to examine before the game can kick some FMV into action and let you progress. Often you're utterly clueless for what to do, where to go and what to click on next. Sure, it's a crime, but in the mystery game genre, such crimes can be forgiven if the story is compelling enough. Oh, Picard caught, 1, 2, 3. And it is, children, it is. Glass Rose deals with a time slip, back to the 1920s, remember? A murder case in a beautiful mansion, and dialogue interaction with 20 odd characters. The conversational element of the game is its saving grace. Utilising an innovation Capcom call the free word system, you can highlight specific words in a character's dialogue and ask specifically about that subject. Ultimately, of course, you have to click the right word to progress through the conversation, but if you want to take your time with your chats, you can ask about almost everything and enrich your knowledge of the story. Oh, and lest I forget, you're also psychic, which means you can highlight words and use your psychic ability to detect lies or secrets about that subject. It's gimmicky, aye, but it works. Now, if I could just draw your attention away from this captivating footage of a poof and a schoolgirl walking along the street, it's the atmosphere and mystery novel structure of the game that lends it most of its appeal. Any of you familiar with Kanari and Sato's excellent detective manga, The Kindaichi Case Files, will feel right at home with Glass Rose. It's old-fashioned, slow and creaky, but it convinces, and it's only 20 quid. If truth be told, it's the kind of game you bastards are always moaning about not being translated for these shores, so for that reason alone, give it a chance. It's the perfect game to play in the beach, if you have a long enough extension cord and you manage to get your widescreen telly on the plane. Now, Consolevania isn't the type of show to make a joke about something like a fart, but I mean, come on. Now, if you like your adventure games, you could do a lot worse than Ragnar Tornquist's brilliant Longest Journey, or indeed Jane Jensen's absolutely fantastic Gabriel Knight 3. These two are top of the class. But if you'd rather save your PC for porn, the consoles have the wonderfully crafted, underrated Shadow of Memories.
Please wake up.